Hello, my wonderful Taurus. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay. Okay. So we have the Hermit. So some of you could be involved with a Virgo. Okay. Or there's something about you kind of just keeping to yourself this week. The Hermit does touch on, isolation, or more than isolation, it's about, being in a period of solitude, but it also speaks about, or the lantern is symbolic for something being illuminated to you. So many of you, it could be that you are spending more time alone, but it could be some sort of critical thinking that is taking place for you this week about this connection as well. So let's see here. I also feel that someone could be trying to figure you out, but the fact that there either is not an outlet for them to figure out what you're up to, or maybe the fact that you're a bit closed off towards them is causing them to not only feel very curious, it's almost like they feel stumped, like they don't have a way of figuring out what you're up to. Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and then we have the Judgment. Okay. So Taurus, this is very specific, but when you have the Four of Cups and the Judgment, it could speak about like a lack of interest or not feeling the same way about this person or the situation. But it could also touch on someone like downplaying their emotions, or maybe not showing you there or how interested they are, and that could have ultimately like turned you off from the situation, or it made you feel like, okay, well, if you're not going to be open about your emotions, or if I'm constantly having to question how you feel, then this is something that needs to change. And for some of you, the change could have been you leaving behind this situation or choosing to focus on yourself. Some of you are really focused on self-development, like where you're going within, and yes, you could be there could be an internal transformation, but I feel like there are certain aspects that you're trying to alter, or there are certain things that you're working on. The Hermit could even be symbolic for like shadow work, or a period of reflection, I should say. Okay, so I'm going to start off by seeing how this person is viewing you. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. We did see the Judgment. Magician wanted to pop out here. Yeah, you definitely could be dealing with a Virgo, potentially a Gemini. Let's see. Okay. Ace of Swords for how they're viewing you. Wanting to speak their truth, possibly wanting to explain something to you. Now, Taurus, I also feel this person has gained some sort of clarity about you. Okay, so even if it's something that you've communicated in the past, they're starting to believe it, or there's some sort of proof that they're seeing. Okay, it seems to me that they're viewing you as, okay, I've gained clarity on Taurus, or I know how Taurus feels, or now I understand why Taurus said what they said, or now I understand why Taurus did what they did. Like there's something that they're starting to grasp. There's something that they're starting to understand about you. Furthermore, something that they're starting to understand about this connection here. Okay, and this was not clear to them in the past. We have the Four of Wands followed by the Five of Cups in the challenge position. Okay. So what I see this person, feeling challenged by this week is definitely there's an energy of dwelling. Okay. The Five of Cups is when you're focused on the past, you're focused on something that has already occurred, and it's almost stunting your growth because it's not a solution oriented energy. Instead, you're just stuck or consumed by thoughts of something that has already happened. So it's like, okay, this happened and I'm really sad about it. It's not focusing on what they could do moving forward. But I do feel like with the Four of Wands, they're thinking about what they could have had with you. There's a lot of, should have, would have, could have energy. The Four of Wands and the Five of Cups could also be someone who has a desire to build something new with you, someone who has a desire to reconcile, but there's too much, again, too much of a focus on the past, or something of the past feels, this person feels very defeated by it. Kind of like, how do I reverse the effects of that? How do I come back from that? Is it even possible for me to have a turn of events after said thing, occurred between Taurus and I? So yes, they want to reconcile, but they're having a hard time believing that that can actually come into fruition for them. There could also be a very, or this could be a very heavy week for your person emotionally. Like Five of Cups could be, yes, dwelling in the past, but it's mainly focusing on what you don't have or what's not working for you. And so when you place most of your focus towards what's not working for you or what you don't have, you're just going to attract more thoughts as similar to those, right? It's something to do with this person feeling very, I don't have this, or this didn't work out between the both of us. So they could be feeding into their pessimistic thoughts. And like I was saying, when you focus on what you can't control, you're just going to feel defeated because whatever you're thinking about, you're attracting similar thoughts to those specific thoughts, right? Um, how you're viewing them, King of Pentacles, someone who's very like work oriented, or you may feel like you may admire their work ethic, but there's something about you feeling this person does care about stability, but you feel like they're more focused on their own stability in this current moment. So whether it's something they communicated to you or it's visible to you through their actions. Like you may find that this person is working towards a goal and they're more fixated on that as opposed to a connection with you. So you have a little bit of a doubtful energy here. You definitely, like I said, could be dealing with another earth sign. So, a Virgo or another Taurus like yourself, a Capricorn, but you feel this person is trying to reach a goal or figure something out about their stability, but it seems more hmm, like you feel like they're trying to figure out their own stability and they're not as focused on this connection, or there's something here where you feel a little bit neglected. Hmm. What's the King of Pentacles? The Two of Wands. Okay. You want something stable here, but with the Two of Wands, it seems that you're viewing this person as someone that you're constantly waiting on. Whether it's you feel like you're constantly waiting on them to get it together, whether it's you're constantly waiting on them to communicate with you, whether it's you feel like you have been waiting for a while to kind of get things off the ground with this person. There's some sort of a waiting game that comes to mind when you think about this person, and that is something that you're not wanting to or willing to tolerate any longer. Hmm. And many of you also feel like this person has like the ball is in their court, because that's how you're viewing them. And the Two of Wands does speak about having power in a situation, or at least having power to change your current circumstances. So you may feel this person has the power to change, the dynamic between the both of you, but they're choosing to, they're intentionally choosing not to, or there's something else that they're focused on. And this is very specific, but for some of you, you could be wondering if this person is ready for a connection, or do they just want to focus on themselves? Like, do they value their singlehood and independence over a connection? Or do they actually want a connection? And the reason why you're wondering this is because what they say to you versus how they act is very contradicting. Those two things don't go hand in hand. Ten of Swords in your feelings, okay, and the Five of Wands. There's definitely some sort of disagreement or conflict here that you feel like you could have completely avoided with this person. You may also feel like an ending was caused because of a series of or a series of events that really lacked importance. Like when you look at the Five of Wands, they're fighting with sticks, not swords, right? So there could be this energy of you saying, okay, with the Ten of Swords, I feel very hurt, but this ending was so brutal, but what caused this ending was so small, or we could have at least worked through that in a different way. Because I do believe you feel betrayed by this person, or you at least feel hurt, but that card being, or the Ten of Swords being clarified by the Five of Wands, is also you kind of feeling like, well, was it really worth it? Or did we really have to go? Did we really have to, whether it was bickering, whether it was conflict? It's like something here you genuinely feel like the both of you could have avoided. Because now when you're looking at the situation, you see how it has greatly impacted the dynamic between the both of you, but you also feel like it wasn't important enough for the both of you to give that much power to that very thing, whether it be another energy, whether it just be being upset with each other over things you guys could have conversed about. I also feel here, Taurus, that you are viewing this connection as either there's constant drama, okay? So, like a bit of a chaotic energy between you and this person, or you are viewing this person's, like the connection to be a bit chaotic because of what this person has going on. Like the Five of Wands could be someone's like social circle, or it could be their family, or external influences in their environment that are obviously somehow impacting their ability to be with you. Where it's like when you look at this connection, it's like, do I let this go, or is it worth fighting for? Do I really need to go through A, B, and C and all this drama? Or if something is meant for me, then why does it feel so complicated? So I definitely see that crossing your mind. Hanged Man, some of you could be dealing with the Pisces and the Eight of Pentacles. I mean, it seems to me that this is a week where you're like, you know what? If this is going to be stagnant, or if, this person is going to keep me waiting, I'm just going to focus on what I can control. Some of you are picking up a second job, possibly extra hours in your current job, or you're starting some sort of a creative endeavor that could potentially generate some sort of income for you. And you're putting all your focus towards that. It's like you're retreating, or you're kind of going back into your shell, but maybe what makes you feel good, or what makes you feel better, is focusing on things you actually have control over. And I see you doing that with the Hanged Man as well as the Eight of Pentacles. It's like, okay, well, I do feel like this situation is stagnant, but if I feel like the ball is in their court and I can't do anything about it, I'm going to focus on something I can control, like my finances, or a project or something that you're working on. You could also be using work as a bit of a distraction here, where it's like, okay, if I just focus on my work, then I don't need to think about this situation. Because there's something that feels very chaotic, or you feel this person, connecting with this person is going to come with a lot of drama. And just being transparent here, Taurus, some of you feel this person is either involved with other people, or they're involved elsewhere. Like the Five of Wands could be, where you want to connect with this person, but you feel like you have to go through so many obstacles, or there's other people in the picture and you don't want to be in a situation where you don't have this person's undivided attention. Okay. Four of Wands being clarified by the Magician. Okay. And the Five of Cups being clarified by the Hermit. So we have the Hermit twice. Yeah, I do believe this person feels very alone. It is coming up in the challenge position. So, Magician and the Four of Wands is manifesting, or trying, I should say, trying to manifest, because this is someone who wants to reconcile with you, but they don't truly believe that it can happen. And, the entire thing about manifesting is believing that you're worthy of what you're asking for. And so I think that the block that this person is facing this week, Taurus, is I want a reconciliation, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Or I want a reconciliation, but I feel like that's going to be far fetched. And the Hermit and the Five of Cups is this person feeling very alone. They're not necessarily showing you just how much this is affecting them. The ending, the conflict, the disconnect, they're not really showing you how much it's affecting them. But really what's going on is they can't stop thinking about how things ended, right? The Five of Cups is more of a focus on the past, or something that has already occurred. And it's interesting because this person, they're showing up in the Magician energy, which is like, again, and you're viewing them in the Two of Wands, having the power to change something. Right? So this person may very much know, okay, you know what? The ball is in my court. I could do something to change this dynamic. But putting that action behind their words is where they are feeling a bit stumped, or they're facing difficulty doing that. Okay, so in their feelings, we have the Death card. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. We have the Page of Swords. feeling like something is over, but still feeling very curious about you. Page of Swords could be someone trying to figure you out, whether it's, looking you up online or keeping tabs on social media. Or if it's not about spying, the Page of Swords and the Death card is trying to accept that something is over or something is not going to be the same as it was in the past. But the Page of Swords is an energy of being a bit strategic. Well, how do I communicate with Taurus, or what is the right thing to say? But I do see a very curious energy here. We have the Eight of Wands in their feelings and the Five of Pentacles, someone who wants to break the silence. Or there's like an energy of wanting to communicate with you, but they don't want to have a surface level conversation. Because as far as the Five of Pentacles, guys, they feel like an outsider in your life. So even if you're like, you know what, I am speaking to this person, I am connecting with them, well, they still feel like an outsider, or there's like a very like isolated energy that you're exuding, whether you're aware of this or not. And Eight of Wands is someone really wanting to break that silence or communicate with you, wanting to see some sort of progress here. So Two of Cups, followed by the World's card and the potential outcome. You know what this person's hoping for, what they're trying to manifest? A conversation between the both of you where they're able to tell you not only how they feel, but like a heart-to-heart conversation where they feel understood. Like they really want you to know how they feel about you, but this is also someone who wants to connect with you on a deeper level. That they're not letting go of some sort of hope or faith that they have that you guys are going to have a turn of events, or there's going to be a change, between the both of you here. So it's like still hoping for that, still wishing for that. What's the Two of Cups? The Ten of Wands, the World card, the Temperance. Okay, here's what I see, Taurus. This person wants to reconnect with you, okay? They definitely want to have a conversation. Even if you're conversing with this person, they don't want to speak to you in, like, they don't want it to be surface level, if that makes sense. But with the Ten of Wands and the Two of Cups here, guys, like, there is a very burdensome feeling, or there is an energy of this person feeling like, is this going to backfire? Is this going to end up, where we currently are? Or is there actually going to be a change? Because they know that they have to put forth a lot of effort to reconnect with you, or rekindle what you guys had in the past. But there's also something that feels very heavy about being open with you about their emotions. Like they can't deny how they feel, but there's this question of, is this going to feel burdensome, or is this going to end in a way where I'm hurt again? Because as much as you may feel hurt by this person, they do feel like this is a situation where you guys have gone through a lot together, but something is causing them to feel very, very hurt. The Sun card, the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, they're trying to be optimistic about the situation is what I see, but there's like the first thing I see is someone who wants to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you. They really want you to know how they feel about you, and they want to know how you feel about them. But with the Ten of Wands, there is this, questioning. Are we going to be able to get through this? Is this just going to be another obstacle? But they are wanting to make peace. We have the Temperance, the Sun card, the World card. That's like wanting to make peace with the situation, even if it means the both of you go your separate ways. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're looking for a commitment, but they feel like even if there was if they were, if there was a disconnect between the both of you, they still want you to know how they feel. Like they don't want things to end where they have to keep their emotions to themselves and never have the opportunity to communicate it to you. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.